How's it going? This is Hoiman, and today we're taking a look at the Amiibo Captain Falcon figure. So this figure is obviously based on his illustration from Smash Bros. For Wii U, and I think they did a really good job on this figure. The sculpt on this figure is just really phenomenal for the most part, and really does capture the likeness of Captain Falcon really well. There's just a lot of detail going on into this figure, and the fact that this figure is very small as well is just very impressive, and how much detail they could pack in. So taking a look at Captain Falcon's face, I feel that they have captured the likeness of him really well. And then the helmet is really well sculpted as well. You can see the Falcon emblem here, painted in a nice gold metallic paint. And then the sculpt of the helmet itself is really nice. You can see all the panel lining and the sharp point at the end. And then the ear parts are nice gold paint as well. And then the visor itself is really nicely sculpted. And then you have his eyes there. They really pop out from the contrast between the white and the black. Looking down to his outfit, it's really nicely sculpted. You can see all the muscle definition on his torso, and then that expands all the way to his arms and his back as well. And then the body itself is a nice matte blue, but then there's a lot of shading in darker areas going on in between all the folds. And it really helps bring out all the muscle definition and texture and detail as well. It just overall looks really nice. And then the scarf is a nice kind of pearl sort of yellow, so it looks really nice and stands out. And then the shoulder pad is a nice glossy finish with the nice metallic gold on the edges. And that goes around to the back as well. And then on the back you have the blue Falcon emblem. It looks really nice. It's just a lot of detail in the symbol, and it's very clean as well. And then the blue parts are kind of metallic as well, so it looks really nice. Moving to his gloves, really nicely sculpted. You can see all the lines and detailing. And then the gloves themselves are kind of a glossy metallic finish for the gold. So it looks really nice in contrast to the matte brown for the forearms. And that's the same for the other glove as well. And then you have his gun holster on the side, really well detailed and sculpted. There isn't really much shading going on, but the sculpt is really nice for the most part. And then the belt is really nicely sculpted. The silver parts on the buckles are nice and metallic, so they stand out. And then moving down to the legs, again the shading and muscle definition continues. And then you have his boots, which are really nicely sculpted, just lots of detail packed in. So the gold parts are nice and metallic, whereas the white parts are nice and glossy, so it's a nice contrast. And then the underside is a darker shade of gold, which is again a metallic finish. And in the sole of the shoe you have all the texture and detail as well. And that's the same for his other leg as well. And then to finish it off you have the Smash logo to form the stand. Very reminiscent from the game. And then for the bottom you have legal stuff. So overall, I think this is actually one of the best looking Amiibo figures. There's just a lot of detail packed into Captain Falcon. And then all the shading and definition in the muscles really brings this figure to life and really adds a whole new layer of detail to the whole figure. And then a nice contrast from the blue to the metallic boots and his gloves makes for a really nice contrast between the two, and it makes it really stand out as well. And then the pose itself is very dynamic and very accurate to the illustration. And overall I don't really have too much gripes about this figure. I think the only gripe will probably be the lack of shading on the gun holster, but that's very minor. And then the stand itself is probably a bit thick. Although it is translucent, it is quite thick, so you can't properly see his leg behind it. But again, it can't really be helped since the figure does need the support to keep in place. But those are very minor gripes, and overall I just feel that this is a really solid looking Captain Falcon figure. As for Captain Falcon himself, there isn't really any other figure of him available, so this is pretty much the only official figure you can find of this character. So if you are a fan of this character or the games, then I can highly recommend this figure. But that's my review. Thank you for watching and enjoy some pictures.